Okay, since you got started, this is off here. Oh, wait. Take the lines. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You speak in the audience. Okay. I think so. Do I have to keep this open or I can just close it?
No, you don't.
So we're live right now.
Yes.
Okay, full disclosure for everybody, we are live.
You can mute it.
Yeah, fine.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this Parliament meeting. See some new faces. This is really awesome to see. My name is Matt Durson. If you don't know me already, I'm the current president of Student Committee Government. So tonight, we are going to do our elections for the 2022-2023 Executive Council. In addition to our sign by Parliament meeting. So I'd like to start with Diane taking the roll.
Matthew Thurston. Present. Crystal Figueroa. Present. Asa Corrales. Present. Batya Bobby. Present. Thomas Fura.
Present.
Alexander Walski. Present. Alex Torres. Alex Ortiz.
Present.
James Torres.
Here.
And Matthew Jones.
James.
Pedro Romanian. Arthur Petrie.
Present.
Dr. Derek Nicholas. Joshua Percy.
Awesome. Awesome. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to move on to presenting officers' announcements. I just wanted to give a quick overview. So, Representative Alex Ortiz just has to take over this portion of the meeting because all of the current executive board members are running for office again. So it has to be unbiased. So I will pass control of the meeting to Alex.
Awesome. All right, so we'll start validating the proxies. Do we have any proxies available? No proxies?
Where you have proxies?
So if you're not able to attend, somebody delegates their voting to somebody else.
Thank you.
All right. So we're gonna move on to remarks by the candidates for president. Call James Torres.
I'm gonna concede and fill in for speaker.
Right. We just grab a chart on any of the side areas.
So at this time, since James is not going to be running for president, do the right. Okay, so anybody else who wants to write in?
We'd like to write in.
Anybody else would like to write in for president of the SCG? Last call. Anybody to write in for president of the SCG? Okay.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all tonight. I'd like to highlight a few portions of my achievements that I've been able to get done in the first few, first month or so of me being in this position. So with the first, we hit the ground running with recruitment, trying to get people to, first of all, know exactly, well, maybe not even if they know exactly, but to know what SCG is, to know that we exist, to know that clubs are able to get funding for their events on campus without having to go to the college. They can come to a student body and get these funds. We're trying to do that education also doing recruitment, working on trying to get people to take out petitions. We really appreciate our 2 new Parliament members. We've also had a lot of good feedback in Dawn, and people telling us, especially our staff representative, also telling us we should be recruiting by department, or we should be having each student board send someone from their board to be represented in Parliament to actually have a voice, because this is that governing body of all the student organizations. So on top of the top of the recruitment that we're working on right now, the other aspect that we're working on a lot of behind the scenes, but you guys are privy to, is the letter that was sent by the president regarding our funding being frozen. All incoming fund deposits into the SCG account we're not receiving. And we've been having talks with them on how to get that resolved for the fall. We actually had another meeting with them today, and I am hopeful about the future after that meeting, and I do see a path forward. And so I'm hoping that in a true post-COVID atmosphere in the fall, we will be able to do that for the clubs and give the clubs what they truly deserve, which is the student activity fee that they're paying $60 for. We want students to live on campus. So that's really my other main goal, is through all of this going on with the college, we want to increase student life on campus. And obviously COVID has been a roadblock, but it's up to us how we come out of that. And so I'm trying to come out on the right side of that. I think that's everything. Thank you guys.
Proceed to the voting. Alright, so to clarify on the voting part, you will see. So you will see there, it's going to say ballot number. We're going to put ballot number 1. This is the first round. And then you have to check who you want to be. Since it's write-in, we have Matthew. You have to check the box and write the name. It's given there. Please make sure you do that so we don't invalidate the vote. Everybody have them? Yep.
Yes.
1. Yes. Just fold it, and we'll pass it on. When you're done fold it, we'll pass it on and collect them. You guys know a minute. No.
Is that right?
I'm just gonna hold this little guy on. As do I.
Are you?
Everything turned out last week. No, we went to a trip in So we went for a trip in Boston. It's like a can of. It's good.
Thanks for accommodating our needs and do that. Warren, Martha, with the food.
Yeah, because they want package that. And can't package chicken wings.
Yeah, so what
So she suggested that we just go with fresh face, and when you would have to come out, you know, never come on the meeting, and we'll have no such thing to say. And we want to prevent it.
I saw that, yeah.
But because it can't be entered.
Just
This is my first one of these, but it seems like there's a lot of silence during I'm not good at that though.
Okay, so for a total count of 8 votes, 6 were valid, 2 invalid. Matthew Thurston, having received the majority of the votes cast, is hereby declared to have been elected to the office of President for the term of 1 year beginning June 1st, 2022.
So I can, at this point, now be able to take back the meeting from Alex. So we'd like to move on to our vice president election. So first we have, Ashley Corrales. Do we have to? Oh, like to pass it to Ashley for remarks.
to you guys. I currently am the speaker of the student parliament, and I'm just looking to rise in my position as vice president. I believe I'm fit for the position just because I currently am already doing the work that's for the position. You know, we're focusing on the PR for SCG, we're making our flyers, we're trying to get our name out there, we're doing the marketing that we're doing for SCG. We're also coming up with a marketing campaign that's coming out for the summer to hopefully improve our recruitment and hopefully, you know, get everything back to normal. So I just would hope that you guys consider this in my candidacy for vice president. I appreciate your time here.
Are there any writing candidates for vice president? Going twice. Final call for any writing candidates? Seeing none, let's begin balloting.
Yeah.
Is this also ballot number 1?
Yep. Yeah, this is the, yep, this is the
Yeah,
first,
ballot one.
first round.
For every position of the office of Parliament. Would you check the box too? Very good. Okay, you ready? has 7 votes. Christoph Figueroa has 1 vote. There were no invalid votes. So Ashley Corrales, having received the majority of the votes cast, is hereby declared to have been elected to the office of Vice President for the term of 1 year beginning June 2022. Congratulations.
Then I will move on to remarks by candidates for secretary. I'd like to start with our current secretary, Crystal Figueroa.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I've enjoyed my position as secretary, and so I would like to continue my position and hopes to pass some more newer organizations since campus. Already so far, we have passed 3 new organizations and 1 existing. So I would like to, if not double that, I would like to at least get some more organizations. And I know for sure that we are having at least 2 organizations that will be reviewed for next semester. I also would like to assist the executive council in recruitment, and so that would include the marketing campaign for recruitment for department members. So that is my goal for next year.
Are there any write-in candidates for secretary? Twice. Last call from writing. Matthew, Chase.
Yep.
What's the right? Oh, yeah, would you like to give your remarks?
Yes, and then, good evening, members of Parliament. I would first like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for allowing me to join. This is my first meeting. This upcoming year, I'm looking forward to working with all of you and to get things done and recruit more members and create more student activities on campus. Thank you.
All right, let's move on to balloting for the secretary. Oh, sorry, I gave you 2.
You get one?
I got, or now I do.
Remember, ballot number 1. Okay, with a total of 8 votes, Matthew Jacks, receiving 1. Jakes?
James.
Jake, okay, I apologize. Receiving 1. Cristal Figueroa, receiving 7. Cristal Figueroa, having received the majority of the votes cast, is hereby declared to have been elected to the office of secretary for the term of 1 year beginning June 1st, 2022. Congratulations.
Awesome. We can now move on to our remarks by candidates for treasurer. So I will pass it over to our current treasurer, Fatia Abdul-Wahid.
Hello everyone, my name is Fatia Abdul-Wahid. I'm going to be running for treasurer because I'm the treasurer right now, and I'm hopefully going to be next year and hopefully I can do more things that move forward. I'm really trying to do that campus again, so you can start moving on, start doing something on campus.
Awesome. Are there any write-in candidates for treasurer? Okay. Jakes. Would you like to give your remarks?
Yes, please. My name is Matthew Jakes, and tonight I am running for treasurer. I look for, if I'm elected, I'd be honored to serve as treasurer and create more programs here on campus and recruit more members of Parliament. Thank you.
Invaliding.
Okay, with eight votes casted, 1 to Matthew Jakes, correct? Is that right? Or Bobby, I'm gonna say that, I don't know what your name. Having 7 votes, I hereby Bobby having received the majority of the votes cast, is hereby declared to have been elected to the office of treasurer for the term of 1 year beginning June 1st, 2022.
Great. With that, we'll move on to section 7, which will be remarks by the candidates for a speaker. We do have someone on the ballot, which is Ashley Ross, but because she has been elected vice president, that role is now open for writing candidates. Do we have any writings? We have one from James Torres and Matthew Jakes. James, would you like to give your remarks?
Good evening, everybody. James Torres, I'm part of the Budget Finance Commission. I got some talking points for, I was going to run for president, but let's concede this earlier. I really want to help the school out, I mean, just the students themselves. You know, we got issues like, I talked to some students and some faculty as well. We have like safety issues that are really concerning. I want to implement like help the SCG implement like some entry control points to help people that don't belong on campus not stay on, you know what I mean? Not be on campus and stuff like that. Another thing about the cameras on campus, they're not run by our police department here, it's run by the Providence Police Department. So if your car gets broken into or your catalytic converter gets stolen, there's nothing the campus police can do. So they have to go through Providence Police Department, which will put on the back burner. Some stuff from like the student groups, spoke with members from Anchor, a couple different Anchor groups. I was trying to see if we can try to find a way to get some like fundraising going on, like reach out to different media groups like locally, like the newspapers, different news stations, radio stations as well, to see if we can upgrade all their equipment because all their equipment around the funds, you know. I also have other plans for helping Club Mud, which is the pottery group, and they suffered from the hikes and increase for wood. So I kind of found it's like an alternative. I don't know if it will work, but it's a possibility where you can take coffee grounds and turn it into logs and it burns. So you know, we have all that here with all the cafeteria and all the coffee we all drink on campus, I mean, even in our offices. And then for all SCG, I want to push for every organization to automatically have 11 members in the SCG, so that way we won't have any problem with filling the ranks. So at least 2 members from each, I mean, it would fill out all the ranks out. Another thing I wanted to push for was for a student recreational area. I know there's nothing like that right now, like you have a bistro, that's like kind of like a private thing, I guess. But something like we also have like table games and stuff like that for the students. Another one is have weekly updates with like the higher ups. So students like the SCG with the president, the dean, or whoever's in charge, ensuring that the campus president and the dean and administration listen to the students' needs. Find out where the $45 million I keep complaining about the Budget Finance Commission went, because I think that should be circumvented, some of it down to the students, you know. Have the school commit to an event for the students that doesn't come out of the SCG budget, like something like that, just from the campus itself, from the rules and stuff. This was a big one for me. It's like replace all the American flag on all the flagpoles. Like I know you've seen it as well. Some of them were tattered down, like half ripped down, and we're in America. It should not happen. You know what I mean? And this was a big one for me too. Hold staff accountable for slacking on duties. I'm not saying staff here or but we have some people like financial aid. They put you at the end until you know what I mean. Your money is not there until they're ready to move on. So those were my talking points. I got a speech, but that's about it. So thank you.
Let's move on to remarks by Matthew.
I'd like to remove my items consideration.
Great. Move on to balloting for speaker. This one's not working for some reason, so I'm just looking for these two. This one's on that position. It's all right now, too. It was a bit tough. Exactly. These are like 1,000 bigger. These three. No, that's all right. Just figure something.
Alrighty, the 8 votes casted, 1 going to Anthony Corrales, and James Torres with 7. James Torres, having received the majority of the votes cast, is hereby declared to have been elected to the office of Speaker for the term of 1 year, beginning June 1st, 2022. That we just reached out.
Awesome. All right, so now we move on to section 8, which is about balloting for, remarks by candidates for deputy speaker. So let's start with Thomas Vera.
So, I'm Thomas Vera. I'm a sophomore at RIT, finance major. I joined student community government back in the COVID days, so it was all on Zoom. You know, like someone told me, doesn't even go to this college anymore, but they told me, oh, you should join, it would be nice. You know, I love what we do here. I think a lot of students don't really know how important student government is, how it really touches all the events on campus. And even this campus has a lot of potential. You get this big open area, the quad. You have other, like, plenty of places on campus where events can happen, the fundraising can happen, where it can really make it, even, because I know a lot of people at RIT know it's not like a huge state school or anything like that, but we can make it feel like it with all our events, fundraising, like I said, and I'm just here to make student government the best it can possibly be.
Thank you, Tom. Are there any writing candidates for deputy speaker? Second call for any writing candidates. Last call for any writing. Thank you, Thomas.
Good evening, everyone. I am running for deputy speaker. In this upcoming year, I hope to increase involvement here on campus and recruit more members and to have more fundraising for this college, and thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we move on to balloting for deputy speaker.
This is still one? Yeah, still one.
Because it's never quite hot. Did you hear that over there? But that one is the, what is it called, the thumbnail? I'm trying to get it. Like a snippet.
Okay, the 8 votes casted, Matthew Jacks, you get 2 votes. Thomas Vera, you get 6 votes. So Thomas Vera, having received the majority of the votes casted, is hereby declared to have been elected to the office of Deputy Speaker for a term of 1 year, beginning June 1st, 2022. Congrats.
At this time, I'd like to give my remarks as the new president-elect of Student Community Government 2022-2023. So kind of building off of my speech in the beginning, going into next year, like I said, coming out of the whole kind of post-COVID atmosphere right now, hopefully going into a no COVID atmosphere, fingers crossed. I'd really like to up recruitment, do more intensive email recruitment to get people to, like I said, not only know what SCG is, but also want to join and see why it's important to have a voice on a student body that governs all of the other student organizations. We have Executive Council has talked at great length about this, and how are we going to accomplish this? How are we going to get students to join? We've thought about a lot of possibilities. One that we've talked about is allowing or having it so that stipend receiving organizations are obligated to send at least one member of their group to Parliament. That way they actually have a voice, and once you're on Parliament, you can join in 2 committees or more, and you can have a say in all these other areas. So that's something that we're highly considering, and also working with the college to work being a part of Parliament into all of those pipelines and academic departments and residents versus commuters and things like that, and really trying to get people involved. That is my main goal going into next year. I think other than that, I just want to continue to, once we have this new board together, I want to kind of bond and get super close, and then we can really figure out how we're going to do outreach. But I feel like once we can get close ourselves, then we can start. That'll be our way to reach out. That's it. Okay. I'd like to also leave it over to Ashley for remarks by the new Vice President-elect.
I'd like to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be the new Vice President-elected. As many of you know, I am in many leadership roles here on campus already, and I hope to fulfill this role to my best abilities. Thank you guys so much, and always continue to be there.
Hi, thank you for re-electing me as secretary. I look forward to reaching out to more student organizations next semester, as well as getting to know new people who want to bring up and start new organizations for next semester as well. And I look forward to working with them closely. Thank you for electing me.
Thank you for recognizing it this year. Hopefully, by next year, we will have a lot of this to do, not just for the get back to having the back to campus. So that's my goal for next year.
James Torrance again, how's everybody doing? It's not a long speech, so we'll go talk about it. I'm not really one for speeches, but I just want the best for the student body. Even if it means that I'm not the president for next semester, Matthew is a good person, you know? And I witnessed like the effort they put into after he became the student, the SCG, you know? I still have 4 years at Rick, so, you know, I'm still a freshman, and I would like to learn every position. That way that if I do get voted in as SCG Parliament president one day, I can better serve all of you guys, you know? And more in-depth and intimate knowledge of all the goings on of everything, every position. Because a leader leads by example, by knowing. If I do not have the knowledge, then I cannot lead for you or for you all. That would make me a boss. The difference between a boss and a leader is that the leader wants the best for his or her group, you know? And a boss is only interested in making an achievement for him or herself, you know, and putting himself first. A chain for weak link is going to eventually break, so I'll be the weak link for now on the bottom of the totem pole, and that way when it's my turn to lead, I can be a better leader, mentor, or president for the Rick students. Thank you for your time. Have a great night. God bless you and your families.
Well, I'm blessed to be deputy speaker now. You know, I really hope that student community government can function even more efficiently, help students out more next year, even be the middleman for the students and the actual organization I work with, the president and such. And I just hope that we get as much as we want done. Hopefully, we can get that funding. I'll really fight to get back that funding. Even if I have to knock at the door of the president, I'll do whatever I can.
Now we can move on to nominations for faculty representative for the 2022-2023 and the 2023-2024 school years, because this is a 2-year term. Do we have any nominations? I have one, but I want to see. Did you have one? Was that hand or?
No.
Okay. I would like to nominate Valerie Andress. If she would be.
We can nominate anybody from staff.
From faculty.
And they don't know about it.
Yeah, I send the nominations that we have to accept. You're just nominating them.
I would like to nominate Professor Marcis. I don't know his first name.
Any other nominations? Going once, going twice. Moving on to nominations for alumni representative, 2022-2023. This is a 1-year obligation. I'd like to throw in a nomination for Josh, if you'd like to. And I'd also like to nominate Kylie Beckia. I'd also like to nominate Nick Kilo. Any other nominations for alumni representative? Seeing none, we move on to approving the 2022-2023 meeting schedule. I have a motion to approve. Secretary Figueroa, second by Ashley Morales. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Seeing none, I have a motion to adjourn the meeting. Speaker Morales, seconded by Representative Torres. Meeting adjourned.
Everybody.
We're gonna take a few minutes and then the Parliament meeting will start shortly after.
Yeah, it's the last meeting.
I voted for you.
I admire the persistence, I really do.
Yeah, no.
I just want to.
Gotcha, right there. Take it easy.
Hey, congratulations. How are you doing?
This disclaimer, like, still going on, I didn't know those two meetings. That's still going on, just full disclosure.
So is it my time to be live stand comedy? Say my dad jokes, it's my time to shine, Crystal.
James,
Congratulations on your-
James, we haven't met in person, but I've heard a lot of wonderful things about you.
Well, thank you.
From Lisa.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'm Hega.
Oh, James.
Nice to meet you.
I'm really running for FBO president, so.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, you're Peggy?
Yes.
Oh, Raymond, really nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too. How are you doing?
It's
Doing great, yourself?
Good, thank you.
You can't stay for the.
Congratulations, James.
Send me an email to the speaker.
Are you graduated this year?
Okay.
Okay.
So they give you permission for
And
it.
maybe we'll.
No, it's okay,
So,
just
late
reach
23rd,
out
early
to the
24th,
and then.
I think as long as you have a goal, like,
Yeah, just say that you're requesting a leave for.
you gonna continue to write for the anchor?
Yeah, actually, once the votes are validated,
No,
I'll
that's
be able to
not.
cheat.
Yeah, just for our,
So this summer I got to the most hiring and all that.
You're gonna be able to execute, you said? Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to connect that in the fall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just send me that.
What's that?
Like, email sent.
You can send it either directly to Darcy, or you can send it to me and I can send it out. She's the one that has access to the slide. Yeah.
You like that? You like that?
Whatever reason it was nice to do it.
But I thought, she's like, no, it is next year, you thought you got me.
My allergies.
Oh, yeah. You know, they're bad.
More realistic. This is only once a year.
You don't come back.
Oh, what kind of shoes do lazy people wear?
Loafers?
So the area that we use as a computer lab,
I'm a bad.
talking about your programs going in there. Well, it's not final.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's just we're a time system. So it's right now, we're in the office in
We don't have to stay for the night.
right now, yeah.
Sorry, I do it right
When we get back to 400 students, that's going to be my least.
Have a great one, everyone. God bless you again.
Amen.
I don't think you have to give up in September.
Yeah, okay. I will be on.
I always thought that during a certain time of the year that we would have.
Oh, yeah. I love ice cream.
I think I changed my meetings to that. We have called into question.
Yeah.
Yeah, we felt bad because we were banging on the door. And he was like, don't talk to me. I'm like,
No, I was saying, it's just like, they do like, no, that was like, it's up to you. I was looking up the
yeah.
That's mostly inside.
Are you?
Yeah. He's like, don't say what?
No, that's gonna be your phone.
That's
I saw it in color.
Yeah, but that's so came out. I mean, so.
I thought for some reason.
You can already make the speaker about it?
Yeah, I actually started recording it, it's on YouTube, so they kind of related to the SCG stuff.
Yeah. Nice.
And then it'll be updates on any old business, if they bring up any new business.
Actually, invited.
Doesn't matter. They'll let you know which day you do it.
I may speak
where it's like for new office for city government. Essentially, to be clear, how much each person have to, that's like not the thing, but I didn't know if we figured out how much we have to take.
I'm gonna stop.
Oh, we won't know until it gets. So at this point, we have to.
Yeah, so more or less $350, and that's including your links.
Is it going right in?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
And I know you guys are doing back to back, I'm just gonna keep it all. It's still live right now, just.
Yeah, so essentially.
I meant to tell you that the competition was
Yeah.
for the meeting and that you didn't want to buy the
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Oh, okay. I felt that. I was like,
I knew it.
okay, good. How are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
Good. I was running, and I talked about
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Also, then Chris, we do have
You don't have to do any group singing, do you?
I'm sorry.
And I will be there.
Yes, that was last Thursday.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. We just had our last music theater dance today. And I apologized to Steve on watching because I was wearing like this. And he was like, I'm sorry. He's like, no, we're a theater family too. I was like, okay, good. It's his 2 daughters.
Oh, really? Yeah. Steve is always surprised.
I'm sorry.
For me.
You're not gonna, yes.
Rather than know things that have to happen there because the people that are next to me are all in there at least. Sounds like favorite. Oh my God.
That's what it said, right? Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what you're actually
I was trying to say hi. Honestly, I didn't see y'all for a second, but like, that was like when they pointed you out. And then when I was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, because we didn't know if you could see us or not, because then we saw James, but James was like staring at us. We definitely did it.
I seen you guys for a second, barely.
Yeah. Saying that I think is not always being very yeah. So these are our recommendations that we'll do that we're trying to do. Ours is the other updates from, we should start looking at issue. First of all, initially, we should start looking at our market supply it and set some in our
That's the best one. It's trying to start
and change it. Because policies are better, we can change them.
Yeah. I'm sure next year.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. We're gonna try.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so, instead of specifying this. Okay, someone else can, and also, that makes sense, so that instead of, like, we need at least maybe even one visit, here's to at least one officer. Okay?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, I have.
I'm good.
Oh, that's not fair. I had to rush home to my room. She did. You want to see pictures? I got you a picture.
Now walking.
Oh, she's running.
Oh.
Yeah, she's almost going very soon. She's almost through. She loves to climb. And her little climbing. That's hot. Yeah, she loves the garden. She's a lot of fun. You twins? Oh, yeah, very sure. But turning 28.
They just turned 28. So I took them to Memphis.
Yeah.
And I had to get a makeup. They wanted to, so they wanted to make Then they had the shovels. So I wanted to shovel.
Right.
So they want to take out the makeup. Until they realized that the pile is much harder than Lincoln. So that's done.
Yeah.
So they're probably behind shop because I was afraid you want to slide it down.
Yeah.
I see a two numbers over there. But I see three, I see six copies. Three comes out chocolate, steam coming off the window. So if you only put it needs a child's rake, I get two of them. I actually get two shots.
Yeah. I will take them off her. She loves doing stuff outside.
That is great.
Very cute.
Plus, she can literally,
Right. Yeah, she keeps the very good. She loves the garden. She learns how to plant
she's gonna teach in a week.
I know.
Think how good that would be for your
No,
math.
I know. The tricky thing is going to be how to teach her what's a weed and what's not.
If you're able to teach her, how do you teach me?
Yeah, it's tough. I see the weeds coming out, I'm like, oh, no.
Well, my buddy does. He says, what you gotta do, you gotta picture your late summer, early fall, what the different areas.
It's true, I've pulled up plants so many times.
I've done it, then you find out, it's got the other stuff in here.
Yep. There's one flowering one, I don't remember what it's called, but it looks like clover that takes over. And I always pull it up because it's got such pretty flowers and it's not supposed to show.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Yes, we were just, one of our students is, observing some religious
Alumni
practices, so that's why we just waiting for box here, so that's what we were waiting for.
Yeah, these are, they're in there, but these are the colors.
I didn't know where to see your color.
Yeah, I mean, always.
So while we're waiting, I'm gonna ask for everybody's help. Apparently, a hooligan, but it's not in the other, and put up a rogue sign about a block party.
Yes.
So if
So
any
make
of
sure
you
you
guys,
do it.
if any of you guys know who did it, please send me an email.
Arthur, I told them to hang them up in Donovan.
You know,
In the
I
road,
almost expect that from you.
in the road hooligans offense, they did put it on command strip, so that we're already on the roll. So.
Okay. But if you let me know who, that person and I have a talk.
Will do.
I'm gonna come in tomorrow, there's gonna be 46 others from different people.
Okay. I'll nominate someone.
I I think it's a big deal, and the other things to make sure that whatever. So he says, "Hey, I don't know. I don't
So I would like to call to order the meeting, the Student Parliament Meeting of April 27th, 2022 at 8:04 p.m. Diane, would you take a roll call, please?
Matthew Thurston.
President.
Crystal Figueroa. Present. Asa Morales. Present. Joaquin Bobby. Present. Thomas Fiora. Heather Romani. Here. Robin Petrie.
President.
Dr. Darren Nicholas. And Joshua Mercer.
Okay. And then we've already did the pledge of allegiance, so we don't need to stand again. We're going to move to the approval of the agenda. So I'm seeking a motion to approve today's agenda. I have a motion by Treasurer Obadi and a second by Secretary Figueroa. Any discussions? No discussions. Since there are no discussions, I move to a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Any abstentions? No. It's been approved. Now I am seeking another motion to approve the minutes from April 20th, 2022. I have a first from Secretary Guerrero and a second by Treasurer Obama. Any discussions? No discussions, so I'm moving to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Approved. Open forum. Since there are no open forums, we're moving to the officer announcements. I yield the floor to President Thurston for your announcements.
Thank you, Speaker Corrales. My remarks for today is to thank everybody that is coming. We appreciate it for the election and also for the meeting. Very excited about next year. I feel really confident about the executive council we just elected. I also, as part of my announcement today, as promised, wanted to announce the class elections that were decided over the past 3 days. We had voting from Monday at 9 a.m. to Saturday, today at 5 p.m. So the voting closed, and I'd like to announce the positions that were decided. There are a few that were all done by write-in, and there was no votes to get somebody into a majority. So those will have to be ran in the fall. But senior president is going to be Shannon McDonald. That is the only senior position that was elected. Junior president, Tyler Scott was elected. Junior vice president was Zachary Zambato. Junior treasurer was Ashley Corrales. Congratulations. And all of the sophomore positions, we did have multiple write-ins, but unfortunately, like I said, they were all just for one person, so there was no 2 write-ins, so those will be rewritten in the fall.
Alright, so moving on to our vice presidents, so it's vacant at the moment. So moving on to Secretary Figueroa for her announcement.
I have no announcements for today, just that, good luck to everyone who is going to be, under finals for the next 2 weeks, and congratulations to any graduating seniors. Don't forget the block party tomorrow, so we're all there.
Thank you. I am passing the floor to Treasurer Bobby for her announcement. Thank you, Treasurer Obadi. Moving on to Speaker Morales' announcements. That is I have a leave of absence for 11th Speaker Tom Fiora.
Can I have a motion to approve leave of absence for Deputy Speaker Tom Fiora? First motion by Treasurer Obadi.
reports, starting with Treasurer Obagi with her finance commission meeting.
The meetings that we had was approving the teachers for the city of yeah, senior class, and also when the new couple, because the line for the lunch management, they wanted money for a conference that is happening. Another one was money for RSA, they wanted money for sportsmen.
Alright, so thank you, Treasurer Obagi. Moving on to the bylaws of education meeting. Oh, we take a vote to approve the finance commission meeting minutes. I have a motion to approve by Secretary Guerrero, a second by Bobby, our treasurer. Any discussions? No discussions, move to a vote. All in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Those minutes have been approved. Now we will discuss the bylaws adjudication meeting minutes from April 22nd by yours truly, Asik Morales. Basically, this is our second meeting of the bylaws adjudication meeting that we had. Essentially what we went over throughout this meeting were some recommendations for changes to the bylaw, about certain things that we wanted to change. So starting off with just simple things like the membership consistent and the numeric number, and kind of changing it to SCG shall use best reasonable efforts to promote and recruit members for the following, and then that's where it specifies the different departments, and that would be like the undergrad Greek life, commuters, performing, art students, graduate students. So there's some of our recommendations as you'll see in your copy of the meeting minutes. And then that's another one. A second thing was to clarify the meaning of quorum. So again, this is all recommendations when we were speaking with our lawyer, Kaz DeCarvalho. He mentioned, so if you see in Articles 4.2 sections of members, in Article 4.2.1.3, the required numbers of signatures on petition for performance, particularly in graduate students, will be determined by elections commission's chairperson at any regular Parliament meeting with a 2/3 vote of members. Any action, so we wanted to change it to any action can be taken by a majority vote. Basically, we wanted to change everything where it specifies 2/3 voting to a majority, because we felt that throughout the bylaws, there's a lot of that. Either it's 2/3 or a majority. There's not a very concise, very inconsistent throughout the bylaws. So we wanted to make it very clear that it's just majority voting, unless it's something important like impeachment, where you then need 2/3 voting. And I believe we said elections as well. Again, like I said, these are all recommendations that we want to put forward for next year. I know that it's not possible for us to get through them and get these approved by the end of this semester, so we're just putting these forward just as a recommendation so that we can think about it throughout the summer, and hopefully the new speaker that comes into place will be able to take over and complete the following adjustments that we need to be within our compliance. Is there any discussions on the matter?
First of all, it's very well-run meeting, first of all, from the minutes that I read. I've been a part of a few of the commission bylaws communication meetings. And this is probably the most concise, and it looks like the most productive meeting when it comes to the bylaws. Usually it's regarding 1 to 2 little small sections that people have would want to update. The first thing is the getting rid of the numbers. I know I kind of discussed this with you guys. Is whatever you have for a total number of Parliament members currently is a good number. It's 8 o'clock at night. I'm not going to kind of do the math, but whatever it is, I think it's a really good number for like 52, 56, something like that. 52 students, something like that. It's a really good number. And I think it's good to give students a choice to be like, well, I want a commuter, I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm not limited by only 6 commuters and, 6 at-large people. Because a lot of the times, we don't really get a lot of those academic departments. Even when I was president, that was probably the one section that was holding us back from getting members with all the commuter and at-large was taken. And no one wanted to take time to talk to their classmates in their class and get signatures. I think having 2 faculty, 1 staff, 1 administrator, representative of the dean of students office, 1 alumni, 2 graduate students should stay the way they are. And this is just my thought process, because they're not students, right? So they're just there as advisors to certain situations, connectivity, discussion points that might involve staff, Donovan, that type of situation, past issues, etc., etc. Limiting the amount of students or limiting the amount of students in each section is always for SCG. So I think that is a great idea, but you should keep the same total member. Because if I'm reading this correctly, it would specify how many people. So it should be, if you want to up the number, that's fine. Personally, I think the number that they have is fine. But it gives you, if you want to have 52 at-large, well, all those at-large people have different representations around campus. So SCG will have a good, diverse group of students on Parliament, and they don't have to jump through the hoops.
I think the distinction would be like the minimum would be lower because it wouldn't force us to have 56 because it wouldn't be like 6 residents, 6 commuters would be.
You're absolutely correct. And that's something that I discussed, just never got to a chance of going as far as this to happen. And then my only final thought is you're pointing out how the bylaws mention majority or 2/3. It's really just a choice of what you guys want to do, whether it's 2/3 or changing everything to 2/3, which I think is better and concise than majority because it's 50% plus 1. 2/3 is more concise and will register a more definitive answer to a vote. Might be a little bit difficult to get the 2/3 on things, but that's why things become somewhat fun. I'm glad that you reached out to other alumni to discuss these issues as well, other than me. Thankful. But I'm very proud of, like you said, it's something for next year. So over the summer and as you start the meetings next year, you guys already have one thing that you guys are working on as a group, and you can use that as a talking point of recruitment. You already have one thing in the pipeline, and you could have more and showing that you're doing things and getting stuff done. So I'm very impressed.
And then I'm seeking a motion to approve those minutes of the file education. I have first by Treasurer Obama and second by Secretary Guerrero. All right.
So just to clarify, isn't passing them now, it doesn't make
It's
sense.
more information, you're just approving the minutes, you guys aren't approving anything.
Because there's a silver information, you have to go through and approve it and hold it, so that you guys not the position. All right, so any discussions? No discussions, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. Any abstentions? Those minutes have been approved. Oh, sorry, abstentions, okay, thank you. And now we will move on to the old business by updating the SCG funding issue by President Thurston.
Yes. Yes, thank you everybody for coming. I'd like to report that, nothing official of course, but we did have a very productive meeting with, Associate Dean of Students, Romanian and, Dean of Students Dubois and, Vice President Netter today. And I think I said at the beginning of the first election, I definitely see a path forward after having that conversation. So I really appreciate that dialogue. And I think we cleared up a lot of causing kind of a disconnect or maybe like a rift between the college and SCG, and I feel really good that we worked to rectify that after today. We also brought our financial breakdown just to show like how that money is being allocated and show that it is sitting there, but it is allocated out to clubs and obligated to payroll, benefits, finance control fund, escrow accounts, earned revenues, etc. So yes, but all good things. I appreciate the meeting today.
Cool, and then we'll move on to any updates or remarks. Faculty updates by Dr. Nicholas, who's not here. Moving on to staff updates by Mr. Patrick.
Good evening and congratulations to everyone that participated in that election and everybody that won. This gentleman wants to join up, we'll sign him up later. No initiation cost to like
Feel free today.
while I kid, there is a serious thing on my mind I want to share with you. We're really getting close. We're 9 days of the last day exams. COVID is rearing its ugly head. Please, be smart. College is encouraging everybody to wear a mask. It's a tough time. Right now, my allergies, I haven't had allergies like this in 10 years. It's driving me nuts. But please, be careful. You don't want to find yourself in DMV trying to scurry and do things remotely effective. The second thing is, I would hope, and I'll stand and support with you guys, I would hope that you have some fun this summer. But, you really don't want to wait until September to start with a lot of the initiatives you're looking at. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to work 24/7 with SCG this summer, but there really might be some things that working with orientation, the new student program, the transfer program, those type of targeted areas might be right to get the word out. With that, thank you. I commend you for an amazing year. I know it wasn't easy. Next year will be better. We'll more than this.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now with that, we'll be moving to our interim associate dean of students, Ms. Romanian, for our updates.
Pretty good pronunciation. I don't know how you swallow Arthur up, but everything he said sounds good. No, I think just to piggyback on President Person, we have a meeting on Monday with President Sanchez to continue the discussion of how we move forward. Looking forward to that conversation and the action steps that come out of that meeting. The Office of Student Life, the Office of Dean of Students is fully behind SCG in terms of recruitment. Happy to help however we can, help recruit, help put on programming, events. So we're looking forward to moving forward. I think that's it. Always here. If anyone has questions, happy to answer any of those. We have to follow.
Thank you for your time. Now moving on to the alumni updates by Mr. Person.
So this is kind of a bittersweet moment for me. Last meeting for Parliament, I appreciate the nomination, but as I told you afterwards, the SCG bylaws only grant 2-year terms for SCG alumni reps unless we decide to change that. This is my last Parliament meeting for 6 years, so it's been a great honor to be serving the great community for that long. I'll forever be honored right there on that wall. My lovely flow that I do not regret growing out right before COVID. But I've served here for a long time. I've gotten to know Arthur very well. When I seeing Diane and Joan upstairs and seeing you guys work and grow and seeing the students of the Rick community work tirelessly to try to do their best to better Rick's life, no matter what type of obstacles that they might face or roadblocks that are put in front of them. I encourage you guys that you guys got my email, my phone number. I might not answer you guys immediately. I might when I served, it's up there on the board 2 years. So if anything comes up regarding those years, our board is happy to interpret, discuss, or bring up any information that happened between 2018, whatever dates that happened in. I'm happy to discuss those situations if necessary. But I wish you guys the best, and I think that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much. Moving on to any appointments, resignations, and vacancies. We have none, so we will be moving on to any issues of Parliament members. Anybody have anything they want to say?
Yeah, RSA is having a block party tomorrow. Really excited about it. Inflatables, food by Arthur. That's the best part of it. And then what else is there? Yeah, Hypnotist at 8. We have Kona Ice coming. It's gonna be 4 o'clock. Hypnotist is gonna be at 8 o'clock. Yeah, right now it's looking like it's gonna be on the quad. So.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? I have something I'm going to add. So just to bounce off of your RSA, there are other events happening from other organizations. So I just want everybody to be aware. Gamers having their game night, their annual game night is May 2nd, I believe, Monday night. So make sure you guys are there in attendance. I think it's a $5 entry ticket. It's going to charity. We also have the Pride event for, I think that's Pride Alliance, programming, right? Or no, is that senior class? Senior class, but they're having a huge event that's on the pod May 11th. We have the Sound Perspective concert this Friday. I think that's 6 or something like that, 6, 7. The RSA piece. Yeah, that's by Casey. RSA Block Party. We have the AMA Survival Kit. We're going to be giving away some survival kits during finals, so just be aware of that. We're going to be tabling in Dawn, giving those out. And it's first come, first served basis. And also the leadership awards for tomorrow. Don't forget, if you're a leader, you should be there. RSVP, Crystal will hopefully win her award by Mr. Chile. I don't know yet. We also have the recruitment plan that Arthur sends out to everybody. Hopefully, we're going to be going through that and have new plans and new, strategy for next year in our marketing and our recruitment. And hopefully we have more people come in. We're thinking of going to the orientation to recruit more people. We have a conference that's going to be helping us out with new members, new officers, and our recruitment, just everything. So I'm really excited for that. So more information. Thank you guys. This is our last Parliament meeting. I wish you guys the best of the summer, the year, the life. Get a joke in your life. I don't know. Let's end the meeting. I seek a motion for the adjournment of Psalm 9. I have a motion by Fatia Obadi and a second by Mr.